Hi, it's Jen from Not So Mystical Tarot. This is going to be your quickie reading for Monday around the 20th of May, beginning of the week, just letting us know what's going on. You can find me on Instagram at Not So Mystical Tarot or notsomysticaltarot.com if you would like a personal or private reading. All of that will be in the description, and I will timestamp each sign in the description as well and in the first pinned comment, so you can just pop to your sun, moon, and rising. All right, let's get started with our Aries. What do we have for the beginning of the week? Starting 520. Page of Swords. You're getting some kind of intellectual message. All right, let's see. What intellectual message about what? Something that's, hopefully we're having something thought-provoking. Last week was a little stressful for everybody. I feel like it's this one. The World. Okay, so you're getting some kind of indication or notification, and it's real. It isn't just like thought up and dreamt about, that you really have something amazing available to you. You've got some kind of opportunity coming, and it may just like hit you. I feel like it's going to hit you like, whoa. Pages are messengers. You know, they bring us info. So you have some kind of huge opportunity, and you're just like, oh my gosh, I don't know why I didn't see this before. Why haven't I seen this? Well, let's find out. All right, Aries, what do we have? Wow, you have the Magician. So not only are you getting this message that, hey, everything is available to you, the Magician's like, you can just come get it. This is the store of the universe. I always think of it like you can just walk in. You've got everything here. You've got the rods and the swords and the cups, and, you know, everything is just here for you to take. What do you need? Come get it. The thing is, you have to be specific about what you want, but it's like it's just hitting you. You're like, how did I not see this before? Well, you see it now. That's all that matters. And as far as the World goes too, you had the Tower. So there was some sort of incident or event that may have seemed so traumatic to you. But when you get this message here from the page, you're like, duh. Like, it's all clear to you now. You're like, I know why this happened. This happened to clear out the old so I could rebuild the new. Now I've got this message that something awesome is on deck for me. Here it is. The world's available to me. And oh, this is how you go about getting it. Go ask for what you need. And you're just like, I think you're like a little thrown. You're like, whoa, this is so awesome. Enjoy this. Especially, it's a Monday, you know, go get it. Like, this is very exciting, Aries. This makes me super happy. Let's see if Taurus gets the same thing. let's see what's going on for Taurus. We have the Page of Cups, emotional message coming through. We've got some pages happening this Monday. What is this emotional message coming through? Wow, the Star. Anything you want to be, do, or have, it's available to you. Okay, I see that you're holding this away because you're not so sure if you believe it. That's okay. That's okay, Taurus. It's all right to investigate. Let's get a little more information on this message that's coming in. Yeah, Four of Cups. I think that you've been super overwhelmed. This is a card of boredom, but I think a lot of times the boredom comes from overwhelm. Maybe you've just been working too hard, working too much at something, and it's become... You're just like, yeah, whatever. Like, I don't even care anymore. Don't give up, okay? Because it seems like this is about, the Star is about big dreams, big stuff. And big dreams and big stuff don't happen overnight. So I think that this page right here is saying, hey, you know, remain open. Don't do this. Don't go, yeah, I don't care anymore, whatever. This to me is the yeah, whatever card. Like, it's taking too long. It's never going to happen for me. I don't care. You care. Remain open. That's what this message is. It's remain open, because this is a big dream. And when you've got big dreams cooking, you know, a giant big pot of water doesn't boil in 2 minutes, does it? It takes a little bit of time. Let's get some information on this Star card here. The Hermit. Okay. You may need to take some time away, okay? You may need to take some time away to figure out your next step. You do have something really cool that's coming for you, but you may be just in that state of emotional overwhelm where you can't see it and you can't see your next step. So you know what? You take this thought, you stay open and take this big dream somewhere, you know, and spend some time alone, whether it's like in the car on your lunch hour, you know, the library for a half an hour, Starbucks where you don't know anybody, whatever. Lock yourself in the bathroom, but get that time by yourself. Get that time by yourself, and you'll get it all back in focus, because, like I said, big dreams don't happen overnight, okay? But what better time than Monday to get started on something like that? Let's move on to our Gemini. What do we have for Gemini? Two of Swords. What are you ignoring, Gemini? You also have, it came right up with it, the Eight of Swords. Okay, so you could not be more closed off. You could not be. There's just no way that you could be more closed off to some kind of opportunity that's right in front of you. This is about like not making a decision. You know how bunnies, like, you know how they do that thing where they hold still when you see one and they don't move, because they think if they don't move and they don't look at you, they can't see you, so you can't see them. That's what I always think of with this card. We can still see you. You need to make a decision, and you can no longer hide behind the fact that you don't see what's going on. There's something going on that is requiring you to make a decision. It's the beginning of the week. Get it under control. Make your plan. Make your decision, because you no longer can play the I don't see this card. I don't know what's going on card. I didn't know. I was unaware. You're aware. And not making a decision is making a decision to do nothing. So whatever this is, it's time to make the decision. You got to deal with this. Page of Swords. You are the Swords, Gemini. So you already know this. This message is coming in. Like, you know, this is you. You are all the Swords. You could play this game with some people for a while, but, you know, it's kind of all come to pass at this point. And now this page is a message bringer, right? It's saying, hey, hello, you're going to have to do something about this. I don't know what this is in, relation to. You do. Watch your moon and rising signs for a little more clarification. But I'm quite sure, Gemini, that if you're watching this, you know exactly what this is. Whatever it is that you're ignoring and don't want to deal with, it's coming to call, okay? You've got the Empress, which is a gift of you that you want to share with the world. Maybe you want to launch a business or a web page or a YouTube channel, or you want to, I don't know, get married. You want to make there's some sort of gift of you that you want to give to the world, and you're like, I'm just not ready yet. Well, guess what? You better get ready. You do have the Knight of Pentacles, so that says to me you've been dragging your feet, which you already, we know all of this. So whatever it is that you're dragging your feet on, and whatever it is that you're afraid to get involved with, it's time. You're going to have to. Everybody knows you know what's going on. You no longer can hide behind the fact that you don't know what's happening, because you know. All right, we're going to move on to our Cancer. Cancer for the middle. Ooh, the Sun. Yay. Brand new day coming here for you, Cancer. Some brand new thing you're starting. What is this brand new thing? Two of Pentacles. Okay. You may have been through a little bit of a wobble, and you're kind of like, it's Monday. I dealt with whatever that was. I'm going to start on a whole new track. I'm going to start a whole new track. It doesn't have to be anything monumental, but I think your way of being in this world, you have reevaluated that, and you're not going to be doing things the same way that you've always done them. That's pretty exciting. So I hope you're watching this on Sunday, but if you're watching it on Monday or Tuesday, so what? Jump right in where you are. Jump right in where you are, because this brand new day is available to you. Whatever it was that you went through or that wobbled you a little bit, no big deal. No big deal, Cancer. I just want to get a couple more cards here to give us some clarification. Yeah, you've got this Queen of Wands. It could be that Queen of Wands, she does her own thing, and she doesn't really care what anybody thinks about that. You may have put yourself really far out there, and maybe it just freaked you out real bad. You put yourself out there a little bit, and now you're like, okay, I'm okay. But you know what? Don't let it freak you out, because the Queen of Wands doesn't intend to hurt people or do the wrong thing. I just think sometimes I say she doesn't have a filter, like sometimes things but maybe you blurted out to someone that you really like them or care about them, and now you're like, oh my God, what did I do? So you're like, okay, let me just go to work and be normal. Nothing's going on here. You do have the Judgment card, so I feel like something came to judgment, some sort of something. So there was some event or some occurrence or something that got said that just it put it all out there. And now that it's all out there, you're like, I would really like it back. I would like it back. And you can't get it back. It's all come to pass. It's all out there in the open. Let the chips fall where they may. You are still okay. You are still okay. You're going to get yourself feeling all right. Don't worry about it. What's done is done. It's a brand new week. Get out there and enjoy your brand new day, and just whatever. Don't even worry about it. All right, we're going to move on to our Leos. What do we have for our Leos? Leo, the Death card. Okay, nothing to see here. Nothing upsetting, Leo. This can just be out with the old and in with the new. So what are we getting rid of? Okay, you may have started down a path, like you had a certain plan, and now that plan is not the same. And you're like, what happened here? Well, sometimes our plans, what do they say? The best laid plans, right? And they don't always work out the way we think they will. It looks like you may have had some sort of plan and you thought it was going to be great, and it didn't turn out that way. Let's see. Yeah, you got this Four of Wands here, so you may have made a plan to do everything and have it be just perfect and just so and work out just a certain way, and it's not doing that, and you have no idea why, because you had made your plan and it was supposed to be like this, and this Death card's coming in and saying, no, that wasn't it. And you know what? Be thankful, because you might as well get it over with now. If whatever this plan was, it's not working out, it's not working out, let it go. Ooh. All right, you got two different things going on here. You've got this Nine of Pentacles saying like you had a certain measured amount of success, but that was where it stopped. You never got to that 10. So it was never going to be what you wanted it to be, so let it go. And watch your moon and rising signs too, because sometimes you just have to do that. This is a general reading, and this may be like, huh? Otherwise, you know exactly what this is. And the other card you got here is the Hanged Man, and the Hanged Man is about looking at it from a different way. So if in fact you did have a certain plan and it didn't quite work out and you never quite got to that success level you wanted, let Death come in, swoop it all out, and move it on out of there. Let it be done. Don't even worry about it again. Just let it be over. Let it be over. Move on. It's time for something new. It's a brand new week. Clear the slate. It's a brand new week. All right. We are going to move on to our Virgos. What do we have for our Virgos? I feel like I missed a sign, but I don't think I did. If I did, I will make another video and add it. Virgo, we've got the Six of Pentacles. Kind of the pay it forward card. Feeling a little bit abundant. Feeling like you've got I'm hearing some goodwill. Like you just got some goodwill for people right now. And you've got that Two of Cups. Maybe the goodwill is for you. Because I think you're going into the weekend thing and you were kind of looking at your relationship with yourself. Maybe you're not going to be so hard on you anymore. I don't know. That's just kind of what I'm hearing here. What else do we have for our Virgos? What are we doing with this paying it forward, this abundance, this stuff? You got this Three of Wands here. That's about your future long range plans. And it seems to me that maybe you've reconciled all these plans with the action that you needed to take. Maybe you thought you never could really get there, but you're on your path. You're actually on your path there, and I think even you were like, really? Like, I think maybe you thought it was a fantasy and not a reality, but your long-range plans here, you've got the long-range plan here, and here you've got this abundance and this ability to, like, even pay it forward. So I feel like you're in shock. Like, you can't even believe it. Like, you're in shock. You didn't expect what was happening. Yeah, you've got the Nine of Cups. So you've moved from a position of examining what you have going on with you, making these plans, seeing your long-range plans starting to come to fruition, and it's really emotionally fulfilling for you. This is really a lot. I feel like, wow, such emotional overwhelm. Like, there's so much coming in that you're like, you know what? Take a deep breath, Virgo. Take a deep breath. Embrace, enjoy. Try really hard to just be in the moment. That's what I'm hearing. Just be in the moment. Have your goodwill. Respect yourself too. Don't beat yourself up for where you are or where you're not. Just be in the moment. Be in the moment, Virgo, and enjoy it. Enjoy this brand new week, this brand new way of being. Just be in the moment and enjoy it. All right, we're going to move on to our Libras. What do we have for Libra? Is this it? I don't know. All right, we've got the Four of Swords. It's time to take a little bit of a rest. It's time to take some time away. I think you were doing that. Were you doing that last week too? Taking a little bit of time off, or just trying to get away? I mean, I think you had a bunch of fives in the earlier week. What is this? Let's see. Knight of Wands. Okay, this is a lot of input. This Knight of Wands, he just kind of does whatever feels really, really great to him, and as that happens, sometimes it can be overstimulating, and you are the swords. So to you, a lot of action energy can be a little bit overwhelming. I think it's time to take a little bit of time away, step back from, I hate to say it, Libra, were you just out having too much fun? Was this weekend just a little too much fun for you? And now you're like, oh, that's what it feels like. It feels like you might have just overdone. You might have just you just overdid it this weekend. That's what I'm thinking. You might have overdone it, whether it's work or play. Either way, you need a break from all this all this action, all this stimulus. You need a major break from that. So it might be good to just plan your week as being not so heavy. Let's see what we've got here. Well, you do have the Ace of Pentacles, which is a gift, which is an opportunity from the universe. So maybe it's saying like, hey, you know, you lived it up a little bit last weekend. Let's reel it back in. Take a little bit of time, plan our week, you know, embrace the opportunities that you have coming, like at work. Like, I think this is saying like, okay, you had your fun, you did all this stuff you did, it's time to get back to business. That's kind of what I'm thinking. But you also have the Nine of Pentacles, which is super great too. So you may have overdone or whatever, but take your time, plan out your week, embrace the opportunities coming. I feel like you're kind of on a reset. Like you're like, okay, I went out and did a whole bunch of really fun stuff. You need to wind it back down. It's time to, you know, address your practical life, because, and the thing is too, look at, you're super successful at it. So it's not like there's a problem, but you don't want to, I think you don't want to get out of hand with this having so much fun. So it's time to reevaluate. Okay. I'm just going to reevaluate a little bit. Reevaluate, plan, shift your focus back to work. It's time to shift your focus to your practical life, paying your bills, your organization in your house, your job, your work, your family. It's time to shift the focus a little bit back to the practical matters, okay? Get out of your head. Get down to business. Get down to business. All right, how about our Scorpios? What do we have for Scorpio? I feel like these are both it. Okay, well, we got this one first, the Tower. Okay, so some sort of something's going on for our Scorpio. Some sort of something is coming to a head, and there's a definite thing happening. There's a definite upset in the equilibrium. And then you have, okay, but you've got the Six of Pentacles. So it looks like there's going to be some kind of, or there was maybe some sort of event, moment, whatever, and it sets you a little off course. Just remember, when something disappears and blows up, whatever you rebuild back in its place, you have all of the reference points from this, so you don't do it again. It always rebuilds itself better, and it shows you here with this abundance. This is all that like pay it forward thing. Maybe Scorpio, you're going to run into somebody who is going through what you went through, and it's time for you to like say, hey, I went through that too, and it's okay. That's what it feels like. It feels like this is just a reference point for you. Like, you went through something. You already went through something. You've already had that moment to rebuild, and now you're at this Six of Pentacles, that pay it forward stage, where you this is now a gift that you can give, because this is about paying it forward. This is about having enough abundance where you can share with somebody else. And I feel like that's what it is. Like, something that you went through, you're able now to say, hey, I went through that too, but you know what, it's going to be okay. And you're able to hand those pieces of advice out. You're able to be there for that other person, you know, in a way to support them. You know, like I said, that pay it forward energy is, I've been there too. And this thing that was so awful for you before, now it doesn't hurt anymore. It's just a reference point for you to be able to help somebody else. And that's okay, right? And a lot of times you say, I do it all over again. You do have this Queen of Pentacles. So yeah, you've got yourself back together from this. Whatever this traumatic experience was, you went through it. It's over and it's done. And you've been able to rebuild even better than before. Because that Queen of Pentacles, man, she has got herself together. No, you know, her bills come in, they're paid. You know, she knows her house is organized. Her kids are in order. Like, everything is in order. This Queen of Pentacles does not miss anything. So you had this traumatic experience. You've rebuilt yourself to here. You have this abundance of being able to pay it forward and to give to someone else, to help them through whatever it was you went through. You have this ability to do this now. And what an awesome thing that is. And yes, you will find it super emotionally fulfilling. King of Cups. You will find this so fulfilling, from something that was so horrible, something that was very traumatic for you. You have rebuilt yourself. In this instance, I'm not saying like your life is perfect, okay? But whatever that one thing that went super wrong was, you've been able to rebuild yourself completely from it. And you're in a solid place where that is concerned. And you're able to pay it forward to somebody else. And when you do, you're going to feel really, really great about it. So share that with somebody else. You can. You won't be able to help yourself. It'll be something that you'll want to do. All right, we've got our Capricorns. What do we have going on for our Capricorns? Four of Swords. You guys had a lot of emotional stimulation the last week or so. It's probably perfectly fine that you take this time, Capricorn, and just dial it back a little bit. It's perfectly fine that you do that. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? Let's find out why. Here we go. Oh, okay. may have been some negative communication. I do recall that you had a lot going on last weekend. I remember it's rainy and cold and wet here. I'm so stiff. You had a lot going on in the past weekend. A lot of stimulation, a lot of stuff happening. And this 5 oftentimes is weird negative communication. So it might have been that during all of that, you had like emotions rushing towards you. If you haven't seen that one, go back and watch it, because that was what was it, the weekend, yeah, that was for Friday the 5/17. Go back and watch that one for Capricorn, because you may see that you had a lot of emotional input and it was coming in fast, and you may have had some negative communication either from yourself or someone else, and it's time to recover from that. You may not have expressed yourself well, or maybe someone else didn't express themselves well, and something went. Yeah, you got this Chariot. That's exactly what it's from. Go back and watch that one from 5/17, because the Chariot you had in the big card, it was like a lot of stuff was coming at you, and you may not have, maybe you didn't answer it so well. And you know what? I don't think you meant it, or you took something that was coming at you the wrong way. Either way, this is just negative, weirdo communication. Take some time away, see it for what it is, and remember, it was coming at you fast, and either you didn't react well or the other person didn't react well, but that doesn't mean that you can't fix it. And when you take this time away, you'll be able to see right away, oh, I get how to fix it. I get it. You know what I think? I think I missed Sagittarius. I'm going to have to go back, because I'm definitely doing Capricorn right now. So what's the last one for our... Oh, okay. Yeah, Ace of Wands. Yeah, you definitely reacted passionately, like that Chariot came blowing in with all that information, and you went right at whoever it was. So whatever, or they came right at you and didn't understand your communication. Take the time away, realize it for what it was, and come clean to the person, or go to them and say, listen, I didn't understand the way you said that to me, or the way you acted toward me, and I'm sorry I reacted so badly. Or you can say, listen, I took this the wrong way, I think. When you said whatever, or you acted a certain way, I took it like this. Am I wrong? And you'll probably be able to work it all out. So, that's a lot of emotion for you guys. So don't feel too bad. And let me go back, because I really think that I missed Sagittarius. So we're going to go backwards. We're going to go backwards. We're going to do Sagittarius, and then we'll do Aquarius and Pisces. So what do I have for Sagittarius? 8 of Swords. Missing out on something. And you know what? I don't get all freaked out anymore when things aren't perfect when I do these readings, because whatever, that reading was meant for Capricorn and not for Sagittarius. So whatever, we're doing Sagittarius now. 8 of Swords. You got something going on that you're totally ignoring. You're choosing not to see whatever this is, and it is 8 of Cups, walking away from something that does not serve you. More so, you're really walking towards something that does. 8s are a weird energy too when it comes to that, because 8s are like passive aggressive to me. Like, I'm all tied up and it's not my fault. I don't see it, right? You have that, and then you have, oh, well, I'm just walking over here toward this good thing. Sorry about all this crap I'm leaving behind. It's just, 8s are kind of passive aggressive. They always turn out well in the end, but they start out a little passive aggressive, Sagittarius. So what do you have going on with that? What is this thing you're not seeing? 10 of Wands. Okay, you may have just overburdened yourself completely, and that would explain why you're walking towards something that you don't find to be burdensome, and this stuff just kind of falls away. It looks like you have just maybe piling things on yourself, responsibilities. I'll take this on. I'll do this. Yeah, I can do it. Yeah, I can handle it. Oh, of course. I got it. I got it all under control. I can do anything. And you've just loaded yourself up so much but the thing is, you're going to go, yeah, I'm not doing that anymore. This doesn't make me happy. Eventually, you are the fire sign, so you are the rods, and so you can do it all. I can do it all. Give it to me, I'll do it, I'll handle it. Nobody better than me to handle all these. Well, guess what? You might be full up on all the things you can handle. And, sometimes the universe will make that choice for us. You got the 6 of Pentacles, which is about, you got this here, balancing the scales. I think you've gotten yourself out of whack here, and you've chosen not to see that you were super, super burdened by something. Just, it could be emotional, it can be at your job, it could be your family, it could be people taking advantage of you. Maybe you work 2 jobs, I don't know, side hustle was becoming too much, whatever it was. You could even be bogged down with people on social media bothering you, who knows, whatever it is, you just took on too much. And in an effort to move, you're going to have to make that effort to move toward what makes you really happy. And yes, these things will get left behind, but you know what? If they get left behind, they weren't for you anyways. things are for a season sometimes, and then they're gone. It's time to rebalance, you know. Remember, you've got this abundance here. You've got some good relationships, and it's okay. It's okay to rebalance. And a lot of times this card can be like a pay it forward card too. So maybe you need to pay it forward to yourself. That's what I'm feeling. I feel like you really just burdened yourself something fierce. You really went all out, and you overdid it for too long. It's time for you to just take some time for yourself. It's time for you to realign your priorities. That's what it is. Realign your priorities. It's Monday. Why not, right? Plan your calendar and take like the first 10 things out of it, because you don't need to do them anyways. A lot of times we get stuck doing stuff that isn't even relevant to us. I'm somebody who does that, so I feel your pain. All right, let's go on to Aquarius now. Two of Swords. Aquarius, you are the Swords. I'm an Aquarius. You're ignoring something, choosing not to make a decision about this burden that you're carrying. So it's possible that you have taken on quite a large burden, and you are, maybe, if it was me, since I'm an Aquarius, I'd say I'm too proud to say so. So I'm going to ignore it and just keep pushing through. But the thing is, you can't carry this forever either. You can only carry it for so long, and not making a decision to deal with this is making a decision to not deal with this. So eventually it's going to get too heavy, and you're not going to be able to deal with it. So your card that comes up with this is the Seven of Cups. You got a lot of emotional stuff coming at you. And I think you've chosen to compartmentalize it, to put it in little drawers and close it all up and make it okay. And you know what? Eventually that burden, you can only carry all this stuff for so long before you're going to have to open up the drawers and empty them out. And that's the thing. You just got, emotions are tough for the Aquarians anyways. We like them in our little vessel. We like them closed up in there. We don't necessarily want to pour them all over. But at this point, you're going to have to probably stop and unload some of those drawers, because I think you're carrying more than you need to, and really more than you should. We get that way. We can handle it all. Aquarians, we're smart. Like we're the Swords, so we can handle it all. You don't need to worry about us. We got it. Well, sometimes you just pick up so much stuff that you can't handle it all, and you may need to come clean with that. And that is an awful decision to make. Such a hard decision to make. Yeah, you got the Death card, so there you have it. I don't have to get any more clear, especially with the Aquarians, because you're the Swords. You're already up here. You see this whole thing already. Like, I've already talked too long about it. You need to make the decision to put this stuff down. You got too much going on up in your head, too much emotions, too many things being thrown at you that you're trying to deal with all at the same time. You're going to have to decide to put this down. And you've got the Death card, which, he's just coming in. And the Death card is not bad. He's just like, enough. It's done. It's over. He kind of gives you the clean slate, let it go. All of this, nobody cares that you're carrying it. Only you care. It's time to reevaluate what you are putting in your emotional drawers, and not, don't walk around with them full and you're dragging them all behind you. It's not doing you any good, and it's not doing anybody, trust me, anyone who's around you, it's not doing them any good either. So Aquarius, you got to put that burden down. You got to empty those drawers, and you got to put that burden down, whatever it is, and you know what it is. Watch your moon and rising for a little more clarification if you need to, but you already know what this is. And we're going to round it all up with our Pisces. What do we have for Pisces? Ooh, Three of Swords. I remember in our last quickie reading for May 17th, going into the weekend, I think that you were like at that come to Jesus moment where you were going to need to tell some people they needed to back off you, and that may have caused some hurt feelings, or you may not have liked the answer that you received when it came to all that either. You may have gotten, I'm not going to back off you, and the only way I'm going to back off of you is if you walk away. I mean, who knows? I don't know. I just feel like there are some of our Pisceans who are just, somebody's trying to make you something you're not, and you're not having it. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles. I think you're beating yourself up for settling. Sometimes we settle for things, and you look, he's got the rod here, and there's this pentacle on the ground, and he's not picking it up, though. That's the thing. It's like there's all these pentacles, and he's like, yeah, none of these aren't right for me. I feel like maybe some of our Pisceans may have settled for something that they kind of knew wasn't right. And, it's kind of, the reality is coming to fruition now, and you're being forced to see the reality of the situation that you're in, and you've got to make a decision. Am I going to stay and deal with this, what you had was a lot of oppression going into the weekend. I remember that, and you were feeling like you were going to have to say something to somebody about it. So you have to make a decision now. Am I willing to be oppressed like this? Am I willing to settle for just whatever comes my way? Or am I going to say, no, this doesn't work for me? You know, and I feel like maybe you may have gone to that person and said, listen, you know, you can't hold me down anymore, and got some hurt feelings going on here. Whether you're mad at yourself, you're hurt, you know, you're disappointed in yourself, you're feeling hurt along those lines, or the other person was feeling hurt. Yeah, you got this Two of Swords. They were not into receiving your advice, or your, not advice. They were not interested in receiving your information. That information was not something that they wanted to receive. And you do have the Page of Pentacles, which is about your tangible life. So, yeah, I definitely feel like there was something in your life that maybe you had settled for, and you know, now you've chosen for a long time not to make a decision about it, but now you have no choice but to make the decision, and it's not going to be easy. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be a downer, but sometimes you just have to do that so that you can get on with your life. So if there's something in your life, and watch your moon and rising signs, because it will help clarify that, or you may identify better with them. But this is for some certain Pisceans. Take a look and see if there's something that you're not dealing with, if there's something that you have settled for and it has made you unhappy and it is not what you want, like your practical life. We're talking your job, your home, you know, family, whatever it is. If there is something that you have settled for and you know you settled and you are not happy about it, that you cannot any longer ignore it. You are going to have to make a decision to come clean, and it's going to hurt either you or someone else, but in the end it's going to provide an opportunity to begin again. And it doesn't mean that you have to throw away everything you have right now. It just means that the situation has to look different. The construct of it has to be different than it is, because this settling doesn't work. So there you have it. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I will check in with you again very, very soon. Thanks again.